Let's see if I can do this without getting eaten up by mosquitoes. But I had a few pasture thoughts this morning, and I was building fence for the cows. I'm going to call that my pasture thoughts, I guess. So it's important to know where your food comes from. I think that's number one important. The second thing is it's really important to know where your food comes from. Does it matter to you? And if it does, is it just a label on a box that says verified organic or verified regenerative, which that term's getting greenwashed, and I won't make that in this video. But I was thinking about eggs. You know, we sell our eggs for $5 a dozen, and it's probably too cheap for the cost of production and everything that goes into raising eggs. But then, you know, I see some people selling them for $2-3 a dozen, and that's, if that works for you, that's your deal. I'm not going against anybody selling them for that cheap. But then you see organic and pasture raised in the grocery store, and it's verified. And if you do some searching, a lot of times that's not what you think it is. It is twisted, greenwashed to work for what they want to do for that certification. And you know, you're willing to pay $8 or $9 a dozen for something that has a stamp on it, but if you do the work to follow it back, it's not what that stamp says. Whereas a farmer, and I'm just saying us, I'm not using anybody else's example, but like us, you could verify yourself on our farm if it is what it says it is. And I don't know, I just chewing on that. Like, we're willing to pay more for a stamp that doesn't necessarily mean what we think it means. And then you think about like companies you keep hearing sell out. You know, they get a check and they sell out for a certain amount of money, and then they start changing the ingredients in those products. They're not what they originally were, not what they were built to be. I will tell you, if we sell out, there's no more business. If somebody buys us out because they don't like the competition, I guess, which is a far off competition because we don't sell that much. But I'm saying, the point being, we're not selling out to anybody unless we go broke. We're just no longer doing it. And so everything we sell and put our name on has to be what we say it is, or you, the customer, are no longer buying from us because it's a lie. And I chew on that a lot, and I was like, man, how do I get the point out that like we're doing what we say we're doing? And how do I get the point across that if we're not doing what we say we're doing, we're going out of business because nobody's buying from us? But that's not just us. That's every small business. That's every small farm, but that is every small business too. If you're doing business with a small business and you're paying a little extra because that's what it costs to run a small business, and they're not what they say they are, you're going to the big stores because they have the margin, because they have the vast quantity to make up that margin. I could take this in so many different directions in farming and business and what have you, but I mean, I'll keep from making a long video here. But I really think it's important to know your farmer. Let's just keep it on this side. I think it's important to know where your food comes from. And just because the box says you can trace back and find the farm doesn't mean the farm is what it says it is. Go trace it back. See what it is. Follow that address. Look at a satellite image. See if they're doing what they say they're doing. If you look at satellite images of our farm, they updated them recently, so you can kind of see. And we were in a drought, so it's not the best, but you can see the different squares, like of how we grazed, how we fenced off different areas and let the paddocks grow back, because that is evidence of us moving cows daily. We're not just saying we're doing that. It's better for the cows. It's better for the environment. It's better for your food, the way it tastes. A more diverse consumption of food for the animal, it makes for a more diverse taste in the food that you're eating. That's one reason why I think our pork tastes so good. In my opinion, you know, to each your own. But I think that's why our beef tastes good too, because they're not just sitting in a feedlot getting fed the same thing every day. Like, we're grazing them and then we're finishing them. Unless you're getting grass finished, then they're getting finished on whatever they're grazing on. And anyways, just thinking about that while I was building fence this morning. It's Sunday morning. Hope you guys make it to a church somewhere, and love y'all.